him away from the crowd. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and a warm welcome here to WCS Challenger North America as we're in the playoffs day number 2. Today we're going to find out 2 more players that advance onto WCS Jönköping, as well as challenge for a big chunk of that $10,000 prize pool.
The puns already, huh?
Gotta do what I can. As well as the 1,000 WCS points that are currently up for grabs between all of these players. Yesterday we had some good series. We had Neeb and Scala advancing forward to WCS Jönköping in strong fashion, I would say.
Yeah, on paper, right? They're the 2 fan favorites, the 2 biggest names in that qualifier, so they made it out there. As far as seeds go, we had a very high seeded crew that is not out.
Yeah.
So a couple surprises in the in that lower brackets. And with our 2 qualifying matches now, some of the names that we might not necessarily have been expected, Pug's been eliminated as well.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I've got to say, though, we can actually take a look at the bracket and kind of fill everybody in where things have moved around and stuff. Because, as you say, that lower bracket is very important as to what's gone down there so far. So let's take a look at the upper to start with. You can see that Neeb was victorious over Jon Snow, bagging himself a spot. Moving on down the bracket to our next location, we have Scarlet. 3-1 against Semper. Semper with that amazing comeback against Drunken Boy. And then down towards the lower bracket, here's where everything got crazy. True eliminated. Puck was eliminated by Silky as well. So 2 big players there. And Pili Pili eliminated by MaSa. 3 big players gone, will not be challenging for those 2 spots.
Yeah, and all of a sudden we got 2 more mirrors here. Semper and MaSa, Jon Snow and Silky. Both of these matches are best of 5 and qualifying matches here for Jönköping and the upcoming WCS event. So that's going to be our first 2 matches. Excited for these. And still not that many Protosses making it through. You know, Puck and Pili Pili, I was hoping we're going to help even those numbers. But so far, it's just Neeb out of the 16 qualified.
Yeah. It's just Neeb so far.
And I think actually Ladam may be going on. And I don't think they had any Protosses either.
It's normally Zergs and Terrence from Latin America, right? Be it Kalazor, be it Cham, be it Special. So, all right, well, we're going to be starting things off with MaSa going up against Semper. Very important. One of these players will move on to WCS Jönköping, as well as challenge, as they say, for the big prizes in that $10,000 prize pool. We can jump into game number 1. These guys have started and are ready to go. As up to the top left-hand corner, we will have in the blue, representing Elevate, it is MaSa. And down to the bottom right-hand corner, representing Root, it's Semper, who I've got to say, really impressed me yesterday. Despite having a bit of a hard time against Scarlet, really went toe-to-toe with her.
Absolutely, yeah. He showed some good games. I think that if his TvT is solid, he's definitely going to have a serious shot at beating his opponent. But MaSa, you know, we've talked about him. He had a great previous year. And so far this year, he's trying to leave his mark as much. And I'm sure he's going to be very motivated here headed into this match. It's just, it comes down to a single best of 5 to know whether or not you're headed to Sweden.
Yeah.
It's a big, big deal here for these 2.
Very much so. Just to reiterate as well, these 2 qualifying matches will be best of 5s. From then on, we will have 2 best of 3s down in the lower bracket to determine who goes on to play the final best of 5 up against the winner from the upper bracket. And the winner from the upper bracket will have a 1-map advantage in that final series.
Did you do a player intros, actually?
I did. Did you zone out?
You were just so good, I guess, that I zoned out.
The flow, the smoothness. There you go.
All right, so far, I think we've got about a similar build orders, except for the fact that Semper didn't go for that second gas. So maybe wanting to go for a command center earlier than MaSa. And actually, I say that it's completely different builds. Yeah, Semper's going to go command center on the low grounds. Very nicely scouts, actually, that MaSa went for a wall-off and that there is no second CC yet. Didn't quite go into the main, but he saw the factory up the ramp.
Yep.
Did Semper, so he knows pretty much that MaSa may be playing on one base, and from there he can just kind of get ready with his own factory starport and probably defensive units.
Yeah, definitely. And even with the Reaper on the way here, Semper's wouldn't be too troubled to just sit around up at the high ground and wait for the potential of his opponent's Reaper to come along, which it is currently in that direction. So an earlier shot will mean that Semper's expansion... Oh no, he went down! I can't believe MaSa just got the initial better end of that engagement, but he kills it! Semper with the brilliant KDA charge location. That was weird.
What do you think of Semper's as an ID?
Semper. No, indifferent. 50-50. Why?
Did you read the interview about Caesar?
I did read that.
And his ID comes from Cypher?
From Cypher in a Final Fantasy VIII.
What do you think about that one?
Well, he instantly went up in my regards, and once I read that, I was like, yeah, Cypher, he was a cool guy. I appreciate that.
Really? Yeah, he was lame.
You didn't... Wait, did you even play Final
No,
Fantasy
but
VIII?
I didn't Wax ask that in the interview.
Cypher wasn't lame. I don't care what Wax says. But he's right. He shouldn't have gone with Squall.
Oh, Reaper getting caught.
Oh.
It's going to be sniped.
So 1-for-1
What
now.
about what Agus says? Because I heard he rated your beard 5 out of 10.
He did 5 out of 10. He's rating it on the size. He's rating it on size by the looks of
Size
things.
does not matter, it's how you use it.
Yes, precisely. Mine's extremely well trimmed. I'll have him know. But I was okay with the 5 out of 10.
I take hours looking at myself in the mirror, arranging that thing.
Yeah, just looking. And then after that, I do it. Yeah, yeah. But no. So he was rating on size mostly, I think. Mine's well-groomed.
Are you saying his is not?
Debatable. But I still love him anyway.
Already a third gas here from MaSa on his second base, even though it's not even taken yet. So he wants to play a gas-heavy game. Any chance we see Mech here? I wonder who this, because when I see 3 gases like this, I'm like, well, that guy. You don't need gas to make Marines, right? Even though, like, obviously you're gonna want to start upgrading and all that.
Where is... Okay, no, he only has the Raven out right now. So that tech lab... He didn't spot the... He didn't spot the Raven with the scan, but you can pretty much assume that it's the case, because the tech lab wasn't whirring away with it, some kind of cloak upgrade or anything. Gonna be another Raven on the way. Those auto turrets still play a factor in this matchup, despite them being changed slightly. Here comes the drop into the mineral line.
And it's a tech lab actually onto the factory, so probably gonna want to start getting going with the tank production here will be MaSa.
With the Ravens still coming out, again, those auto turrets will help out quite a bit. Those 2 Cyclones at the front really can't do much of anything against that siege tank set up for Semper. And he got a few kills there. 2 kills, not too bad. As long as he makes sure that those Cyclones don't find the medevac. Because that'd be a bit of a disaster.
And third command center now starting for Semper, who's also making his own tanks and just getting the Marines here out of the 1 barracks.
Yeah.
She's going to transfer over. Usually that's the time you start 2 more barracks as well with this.
Yeah, he's in a very good spot as Semper at the moment. I mean, as much as MaSa is moving out into the middle of the field, though, again, the one big thing he has is a slight air advantage because of the Viking, because of the 2 Ravens. So if he can utilize those properly, he potentially could do damage, but the 2 tanks should be on lockdown for
And
Semper.
MaSa is not going back. He just started 2 more barracks as well. So it's just going to be bio against bio here in this case. Ton of Marines and tanks from both players.
Alright, auto turrets, are they going to drop? No, MaSa backs off there for a moment. He wants to do a little bit of damage because he was behind, thanks to the expansion, and will slow down the production of that 3rd command center. Nice start with the auto turret. Siege tank. Oh! Walks into a terrible spot for MaSa and instantly gets gunned down.
Yeah, the amount of Cyclone here is a little bit strange. Like usually you'd make like 1 or 2 defensively. Like if you want to do some sort of drop, maybe you can make more. But in this case, like to just hit these guys out there, just like feels a little bit odd because sure they do a lot of damage, but they also die very fast against stuff like tanks.
Yeah.
So you have to wonder like what's their use gonna be here eventually.
Oh, he's gonna get stim! Oh my god, he's gonna get stim with the auto turrets! Oh,
There you have it.
MaSa!
The double Raven steam cancel timing, Kailaris. It's here.
That was phenomenal. Very well done by MaSa considering. Couldn't find holes with the siege tanks, but finds it with the Ravens.
And MaSa's team actually is very far along the way here.
Yeah, it is. It means that Semper's going to have to be on the defensive for quite a while. And then even on the defensive, it's still not easy to shut everything down.
Okay, so MaSa doesn't have a 3rd command center. but he saw Semper's when he went for the steam. He canceled the steam and he's going to have it way earlier. And instead of going for a 30C, he went for additional barracks. Surely, not only is he going to get way more units, he's also going to have steam way earlier. Does he maybe go for a big drop and then try and win with that?
Yeah,
that would make a lot of sense.
He could, especially if he knows exactly where all the siege tanks are. There's 5 out currently. Almost all of them are in this natural position right now. That Viking battle, though, goes in favor of Semper. Unless he brings them towards the Marines, he does lose one of those Vikings. Not much energy for any PDDs, so can't really soak up any of the shots either.
Christopher Columbus going to find the one command center here on the right-hand side.
Well done, mate. Thanks for discovering America as these 2 Canadians fight. All right, backing off here for a moment. It's funny how it's worked out again, because yesterday we had 2 Canadians fighting each other and 2 Americans fighting each other, and it's happened again in the lower bracket.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're guaranteed 2 Canadians and 2
yeah, it is.
Americans from the qualifications.
Yeah, Jon Snow against Silky actually will be very interesting as well. In our next match, Neeb and Scarlet currently should be playing the winners bracket finals. I'm sure that's going to be epic as well.
Yeah, probably. Be a good series, that. I think Scarlet's probably going in a bit scared, considering, again, she's playing from Korea. She's had some very aggressive builds, but against Neeb, might be difficult to execute them. But as you can see here, MaSa is moving on the right-hand side of this 3rd base, looking to set himself up.
I think Scarlet heard a chance last night trying to sleep.
Just in the distance, just hear it as he's going to sleep.
Coming from a cave somewhere.
Slowly getting closer towards you, but these siege tanks are doing a lot of damage on the side.
Oh, these auto turrets will do a ton as well.
Yeah. Although the siege tanks in the back are in a good range to be able to shoot them and protect their own siege tanks. So they push it away.
Look at this tank. The thrusters away.
Poor guy. Please, no. Land! Oh! The barricade!
I was like, why is he not killing this Marine? I guess that's why.
Don't they do extra damage to armored now as well, the Vikings, when they landed? That was changed like a while back. Anyway, the point is that they actually do quite a bit of damage. They killed it off fast.
I'm not sure if MaSa intentionally left the Raven on the right-hand side here that he has, but that's got a lot of energy. If he was to actually try and fly past the turrets on the right-hand side and he sent that... Okay, no, he's unloaded the Marines. But the Raven... Just gonna camp out there.
Chilling.
MaSa just took out the rocks, by the way, just right outside. It's natural. I don't like these rocks, like, you know, it's uncomfortable, right? Every time you try to move out with a huge chunk of army, they kind of block each other a little bit.
It's kind of like when you lie down in bed and previously somebody's eaten there, and then all of a sudden you like feel like crumbs on your back.
What would someone have eaten in your bed?
I don't know. It happened when I was younger.
What?
Like you'd have sleepovers and you'd eat snacks in bed and stuff like that, and you lie down and like, oh, there's crumbs in my bed.
What would you eat in your bed anyway? Like
on the bed, not in bed, but on the bed. I'll change my story. Who knows? A full ham.
You
a
have
full ham.
Yeah, you have great friends. They're like, hey, the pizza's here.
We had sleepovers
you know what?
all the time.
Let's not make the couch dirty. Let's just go eat it on Carolice's bed instead.
No, we'd hang out in bedrooms and then we'd just play video games there. How have you not done
But it would be on the covers anyway. Like later, you're under the covers. How would there be crumbs? And also, like, as long as you're careful, they should not be there.
Yeah, we're not careful. I've changed my story. It's fine.
What? I cannot believe. Carolice's sleepovers.
We had many an epic Final Fantasy sleepover, and we would just complete fully 100% the Final Fantasies. That was fun.
How long did it take?
Ooh, a long time to complete some. Like Final Fantasy X, for example, had a lot of secret bosses that took a while to build up and kill. And then Whacker, of our characters, would just throw a ball at them and they'd die. Because that's the ult that you would build up. Good shots there.
Yeah, this depot, what are they doing here?
I don't know. He's going to lose so much. He's going to get supply blocked.
Look at the supply block.
I'm looking at it. Let's zoom in on the supply block.
3, 2, 1, boom, red.
Oh my god.
Oh, even the sensor tower? No!
No, the sensor
My
tower!
precious on the left-hand side. In the meantime, the Marines are going to push their forward and get a good trade at first, but then Semper picks up and goes for the main.
Well, that one's dead. Semper's played a blinder of a game so far. not only from the economical advantage early on, but even this setup on the right-hand side. And now Liberator is going to try and focus down some of these siege tanks. Almost gets it. Oh, nice.
Hitting a lot of upgrades at the right time. Like, this is such a sick position to set up in here for Semper.
Playing a really good TvT at the moment. There's no other threats elsewhere, so now MaSa's just going to have to rally to the front and deal with everything.
MaSa's trying to engage against those Liberators. He will clean them up, but what cost?
Cost of a lot of Marines. Fourth base going down behind this for Semper as well. He's expanding well. Double drop for MaSa. I think he might want to try and flank this instead of going for the summer counter-aggression. No,
yeah, that might be a good way to clean it up eventually. Like, he does need to do that. Either that or go for a base trade, but Semper's ready at home. He's got sensor towers. He's getting a planetary fortress on his fourth base.
Off the to the top. Siege tanks will kill them fast. Can bring down that siege tank.
Okay, look at the units bottom left. If these rejoin the original chunk of the army of Semper, or even go for the left-hand side base here.
Yeah.
Even if MaSa cleans up, then he's not going to be looking onto his third base, but the sensor tower will spot this eventually. Look at his vision for a second.
Mineral field.
He hasn't seen this.
So he sees it now. He sees it with the sensor tower.
Sees this.
How does MaSa react? He's coming in from behind with a huge force, but it's only Marines. And there are 3 tanks here in the middle of this for Semper.
There you go, GG. He realizes there's just too much army. As soon as I saw that second chunk moving across the map, I thought to myself, oh my god, Semper has so much.
These are stronger than the crimes on my beds.
Yeah, there you go. Don't know why I even said this. I'm giving it up. That one's a fail. We can fish and mailed. It's done.
I'm going to keep on reminding you.
No, never mind. All right, so waiting for game number 2. Semper, really good showing to start. I mean, coming into this game, when I look at the names, I'm thinking, you know, MaSa, probably the favorite. But Semper, I said he improved. He showed us some good games yesterday. Seems he's going to be doing the same today.
Hey, he's the new fourth over in North America, man.
Doing all right for himself.
Must be that French blood.
Is that how it is? Is he from Quebec?
Yeah, he speaks French.
Yeah.
He actually played a couple times in O-Gaming's Underdogs.
Oh, okay.
I think he won one of them.
Are they? Is the stipulation for playing in Underdogs being able to speak French?
I think you have to be francophone. So it's like, you know, originally it was like Belgium, Switzerland and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that Desro, for the longest time, tried to lobby so that people from Quebec could play, and then eventually he got it, and then never played it again or something. Maybe played it one time and then lost directly.
He plays a lot of Overwatch, I think.
I guess he argued Semper's case, because Semper's in it now.
Good for Semper. There you go. All right, so Semper is just requesting 1 minute. Good to go on main. But Semper, of course, needs that 1 minute. We're going to be on Proxima Station. Not a usual map that we would see nowadays.
I mean, in TvT, like, it definitely feels like one of the maps that I think most players will be comfortable with, like, you know, taking one more base and stuff. Like, obviously, the one base spot where you're getting harassed is always like a very nervous time. Like, a lot of them say that it's a little bit random and stuff. But if you go past that without taking too much damage, then you go into those games where you're going to have, you know, sensor towers kicking in. Drops are going to be harder to pull off, but you can still sometimes somehow go for them. The third base is pretty easy to take. It's really the fourth base on this map. Do you go for the gold or for the other base that's like kind of out of position?
Yeah,
and
usually
harder to defend.
Usually people go for that one down that path, but I can see huge reasons to go for the gold. Drop a mule there, you instantly get yourself 2,000 minerals.
You're just a gold digger, aren't you?
No, actually. Don't care about money, me. No. Although...
Really? You don't like to make more units and win the game?
Yeah, I probably care about that bit, yeah. All right, let's get in game number 2. As we do have X. There we go. That's the wrong button. Oh, no, it's all going wrong again. There we go. Up to the top right-hand corner, we have MaSa in the blue. And down to the bottom left, we have Semper in the red.
You never do a TB intro in the blue trunks?
I can do later on if you really want.
Yeah?
I can't do Total Biscuits. I can't do his accent, though. It's very weird, because his accent was trained. It's not a usual accent. It's Total Biscuits. So
you can't train it?
I mean, I could, I suppose, if I really wanted to spend hours and hours trying to imitate Total Biscuit.
To me, like most British sound alike, but I can hear a few differences sometimes.
If you'd heard Total Biscuit's original accent from where he's from in Newcastle, you'd tell a difference. Very much so. I think there's 1 or 2 videos of him online in places with his original accent.
Do you have a strong accent for a British?
For where I'm from, I have quite a strong accent, but not in where I'm from. Everyone sounds like a farmer, and I decided when I was young that sounds not very good, and and made sure that I didn't sound like that. Admittedly, my parents.
Do you have any love for your fellow Brits at all?
No, not really. Again, bad teeth, everything. Everything under the sun.
Here we go again.
I haven't lived there for 9 years. I can do what I want.
You're going back there eventually.
Yeah, and then I'll get lynched.
Good luck at the customs. You hand out your passport. The guy looks at you. Bad teeth, huh? And he smiles at you.
He's got like some missing, totally yellow. I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, look at you. And then I get kicked out. Deported back to Germany.
Dear God. Same build orders this time around, but we do have a second gas earlier here for Semper. MaSa will start his own as well. And doesn't surprise me, like I said, on this map. Those seem very easy, you know, to take the second pocket expansion. And then later on take a third base, played fairly standard.
Super similar buildings. Interesting wall off by MaSa, incorporating his reactor into that on this ramp. Sometimes you can incorporate your add-on into it depending on a different ramp. Like, for example, this one is incorporating it, but a bit easier. This is an interesting little wall. Not a common sight. It will be the Stargate on the way. Meanwhile, on the other side, no Stargate started just yet for Semper. Very early Cyclones. And I wonder what he's going to do with it. He could put on some aggression, but he'll have, if he wanted to be very aggressive, he'd have to drop a scan because Widow Mines are there. But I think that MaSa's plan is to probably drop those Widow Mines.
What do we say, drop a scan?
Drop a scan.
Yeah, what is it drop? It's more like use a scan or no?
Yeah. What's the opposite of drop? Pick up a scan? It's probably not the way. Dropping a scan, I guess, is just placing it. Placing the scan. And thus, dropping would be apt. No? Why are you looking at me like that?
I mean, I don't know. I'm just imagining.
Why do we drop the beat, Lucio?
Because the beats go, they go down, no? When you drop them. Actually, they go up, maybe. I don't know. Like.
What? No, ask Lucio.
I'm just imagining like Snoop Dogg or whoever like refer to drop it like it's hot, and then like they didn't mean a scan at all, did they?
No, I suppose not. They're not like pick it up like it's hot. Like the opposite would sound a bit strange. Oh, I do say so. Pick it up whilst it's hot. Sounds a bit more posh.
What are you cooking?
Drop it. Drop it. Drop it like it's hot is. Well, you would drop it if it was hot, right?
Please.
It's like, oh, it's in my hands. It's burning. Ah. I've ruined gangster speaking. I've ruined it. Sends one Marine to soak up that Widow Mine. Smart moves.
Oh my God.
And we'll clean up the rest. But he'd lost a few workers. Oh, does he get it? No, that's way too outrageous.
Yeah. Using 3 STVs, not the best, but the walker count is still even.
Ooh, sneaky. He's going to put some aggression on at the front with this drop, but
Yeah,
then
those Marines
also sticking around at the back.
They're stuck. And the minivac on the bottom left-hand side, posturing forward, ready to redrop.
Yeah, very good here by MaSa, really putting some pressure on. And this is the kind of thing that I like to see MaSa doing. He always stands out to me as an aggressive player, so why not use that to the fullest
He's
extent?
a good multitasker.
Yeah, definitely.
His real life name is Maru.
Yeah, he must be. He's legally obliged to be good at multitasking in StarCraft.
Legally obliged. Like, sued if he was bad.
Yeah. Maru himself from Korea would fly personally.
He goes back outside, hey, you got mail, and then the guy hands him the mail. You got served.
Yeah.
We'll see you in Seoul, South Korea with the judge and Maru.
Maru, looking back, throws a scarf over his shoulder and says, Maru sends his regards, and then just walks off.
I have to say I'm very impressed with Semper. Not just his previous games, but he as well winning game number 1, defending properly in game number 2 so far, in my opinion. He's definitely come a long way, and it would be a really, really big win, I think, for him if he was to qualify for WCS Jönköping.
Absolutely. It would be a great opportunity for him to not only prove himself here in a great way, but also prove himself on the international stage.
It wouldn't be his first rodeo.
No.
He was over at Nation Wars 4 over in Paris, so he's already done quite a bit of traveling, and I'm sure he's learned a lot from it as well. Like those first few big travels that you do for tournaments, they teach you a lot about, you know, how to manage jet lag better, pressure and all that.
Room temperature.
Okay, if you say so. He's also one of those quieter guys, you know, like when we were doing the interviews over at Nation Wars, he wasn't like, you know, the completely outspoken, no regrets.
Right.
Like in comparison, he was more like the quiet, shy guy, fairly humble and showing respect to everybody.
Oh, that's good to see. Going to some of his first lands. We'll have this drop on the way. 2 Cyclones in this. I don't know what he's looking for. I guess he's waiting for the SCVs to come in here because he did see that this has just landed. A perfect opportunity to get maybe a few kills here with his 2 Cyclones. Nice, very good. Picks up before the siege tanks even gets a volley off.
He's like, why am I leaving?
Oh wait, what? Yeah.
Stay right there.
Get him. Get him good. Really cool aggression by MaSa. Love it.
He's already killed quite a bit, to be honest. He's killed 9 SCVs. But if I look at the work accounts, Semper has really done a good job, I think, of not really missing a beat. Well, it was a funny fight.
Yeah, it was. The Viking and the Raven tried to come along to help. Didn't do much. Sensor tower up and running now for Semper, so he will shut down some of the aggression on the right-hand side of his base, but not necessarily up to the top left. So that's probably where his Viking and Raven are going to have to cover for a little bit.
An armory now on the way for Semper. I didn't see the +2 starting yet for MaSa, even though he does have his armory already even upgrading in this case. So maybe he's delaying that a little bit.
Well, maybe. Second sensor tower goes down for Semper. And in response, we will have sensor tower 1 and 2 going down for MaSa. Saying, I'm not going to be caught with my pants down, which is fine. It's an English phrase, Todd. It works. And we'll boost on out of there, making sure that these Cyclones can't really lock on against this Marine push in the middle. Did he boost already, though? Because now he's just sitting and taking the fight.
Yeah, I think Semper did. That was weird. He boosted forwards. MaSa probably picked up on that and nicely punishes.
Like it a lot.
2-2 on the way now for MaSa. Still yet to start for Semper. It's going to start just now. And both players really working actively on their tank count. We've got 6 for Semper and 3 for MaSa, who's a lot more Marine and Viking heavy. So, I mean, sure, it's nice, but in a direct fight, if he was to fight against siege tanks, could play a big role here.
Yeah, definitely could. MaSa wants to maybe solidify this location as well, as the command center is being built for him to take a gold base. His double medevac drop to the bottom, though. I don't think it's going to sneak past. Sensor towers are really good, so it'll be difficult for MaSa to miss. But it will draw attention, so maybe Semper sets up.
I mean, it's in the corner of the minimap. If you can keep your opponent busy at the same time, there's a good chance they're not looking.
Yeah.
He only goes for that, though. That would be a little bit curious.
He is on the very right-hand side. Now, does he see this? It's the one location where...
Check the vision. Oh, no, he should clearly see it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I was like, if it stays close to the edge of the map, but no.
Yeah, I thought maybe it could squeeze past, or at least still be in detection range, but...
Semper used that to go forward with the rest of his army and can do some sort of lockdown, I guess.
This standing army that he has in the middle, though, isn't very big right now. 5 siege tanks against 4 siege tanks there. Here comes the double drop again, but the Marines are well poised to push it back instantly.
Well poised, huh?
Well poised. Yep. Got the guns up high, ready to shoot. Another drop by MaSa, potentially going to be hitting on this left-hand side. Semper, I think, did spot that pickup. Well, I definitely did now, if anything. Marine sits around. Liberator production's begun for MaSa.
MaSa has over around $68,000 earnings in his career, whereas Semper is at 10,000. But I think if Semper wins here and qualifies for Jönköping, like it's a good sign for the cash that he's going to make in the future if he can beat somebody as good as MaSa and qualify for a tournament as big as the biggest one out there in WCS.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely will be looking great here with his career.
Clean up there, push back. As much as MaSa started good in this game, the 3-3 actually on the way is a big deal.
Yeah, MaSa is beasting for sure.
Yeah, still doing good.
He's macroing really well. Needs to be careful not to be caught in the middle of the map. His tanks and speed. There's actually a low amount of Marines there for MaSa in that location. If I look at both armies, you know, I feel like Semper is scarier.
Yeah, it's because there's just
double medivac drop
everywhere. And
instead of the natural of MaSa.
a nice attempt at negating some of the Marine positioning there from MaSa, and everything's going to die for its troubles. Didn't really get many workers with that. Liberator on the backside is setting up to shoot Marines that sacrifice themselves. Almost kill it. So it's going to be harder for that Liberator to get into a good position. Oh, big flank. Auto turrets go down as well. They soak up some of the damage from the siege tanks. And even trade. Although that being said, MaSa still has the air dominance, so he had some free shots on the siege tanks there because of the vision.
Both players are trading. MaSa actually went for the gold base here instead of the other one base. I think just because he was confident enough with how he was doing in the game. Just killing a lot of units of Semper the whole time and defending perfectly every single time something was thrown at him.
Yeah, he had a good spot to defend, for sure. Because his army was being aggressive down that path. So it can do both quite naturally. And that being said, let's have a look at the count. Tank count, 13 against 10 right now. But not a great opportunity for Semper to go ahead in that air game. Can't land.
That guy.
That guy. Just crush him. That's what we've wanted in StarCraft for years. Just crush him.
QXC. What was it that you always said? I think command centers should crush jugglings.
Yeah, like especially a link burrowed.
Yeah,
so it's not even there. All right. This game could go quite long, unless of course this flank is able to do quite a bit. There's a siege tank and a few Marines already settled there, but that's a lot of Marines pushing into this fourth base. The planetary will start going to work on this. Needs to repair. But going to gun down a lot of those STVs as well. Very good play here.
MaSa has done such a good job with the upgrades. He's already 3-3 against Semper's 2-2, sorry, that's catching up now. And he's the only one that has started vehicle weapons +3.
Yep.
That's well underway now. If that completes with the amount of tanks that he has, like that would be such a great upgrade to have.
Significantly better is the quality here of MaSa's army when that +3 finishes, you're right. And Semper's trying to take his 5th base at this gold, but now with it being later in the game, it's a bit harder to really retain.
That one Liberator.
So many of those siege tanks were on siege there. If Semper went forwards a little further, I think he might have done some good damage, but got to be very careful. Okay.
Ooh, drop on the left-hand side, actually.
Drop on the left-hand side, and those siege tanks at the gold base are in range of this command center, so they push it back, force it to lift off. Good
But these
stuff.
Marines are fighting the planetary fortress.
They are dead.
Kaboom.
Is really good.
And actually, that's the goal base. Semper is trying to attempt and take it with the orbital from his main base.
Oh.
So his economic position in this game is terrible. Like he's 8 walkers behind. Like if you look at the minimap, MaSa has been expanding all over the place.
Yep.
And for him to do that lockdown, it might be the actual best way, without taking on a full-on engagement and taking a non-cost-effective fight to push his leads.
This is masterful because he has not only that at the goal base, but bringing 4 siege tanks to deal with the planetary fortress. There's nothing here to deal with this. He's having to reposition against it, but it's a great spot for MaSa to try and start choking Semper around.
Semper will try to deal with some of these tanks here. He target fires with his Marines and looks like he's going to be able to clean up. Drops on top of the last one as well.
There was Liberators on this right-hand side killing some of the siege tanks as well. So unit count is actually 19 siege tanks to 8. As much as Semper is taking some damage here and there. He's controlling some of these engagements well, but he's got to be careful of the bank now building for MaSa, because he is not going to be able
what
to
can you do about it?
go and fight him. With the superior siege tank count somehow, and superior marine count.
Yeah, it's interesting because Semper is now in this position where his maxed out army is 140. So MaSa has been throwing over units, particular tanks that I'm not sure he could afford to do.
Very good position by.
If MaSa doesn't realize how much army supply is behind, he might start taking a cost or like a really bad fight.
He doesn't know, does Semper, that there's a few bases up to the north that are up and running-ish. And these SCVs are going to have to evacuate this base against siege tanks unless he wants to try and clean it up. But the Marines are coming in, knowing that this is quite low now, and knowing that more siege tanks are coming to reinforce. Tries to gun them down. One will fall. The second one going down as well. A push at the front here, though, by MaSa, knowing that he wants to trade bases. Not a base trade.
Semper's coming back. He's got quite a few liberators, actually.
Yeah, they were a game changer in one of those previous engagements. 16 to 12 siege tanks, though. MaSa's bank playing.
The orbital! It's burning!
No, no, please repair, please. Oh, they're going back to it. They're going to repair. That's fine.
Scans going down everywhere here. Looks like MaSa able to clean up here that right-hand side location eventually. That took a long time and
yeah, it did.
cost him a lot.
Important, though, that he gets the cleanup on it. As long as he keeps the CCBs repairing. He's got a few medevacs as well. That's a good trade there for MaSa.
And Semper is about to equalize that upgrade here. Vehicle weapons level 3, very important. You have a high tank count, and in this case, it's 15 to 16.
I like how technically he hasn't seen this base at all, but because there's a sense tower there now, he now knows that's been taken. So it's a bit of an economical disadvantage extra for Semper here to have to be going up against. MaSa trying to exert himself on this 5th location. Brings down the missile turrets, warding that area. Liberators are in range of this, as well as the siege tanks. Oh, they try and go forward, but that drops.
Yeah, that one. Bad position here. MaSa at this point trying to take an even better lead.
PDD's helping a lot against those Vikings, but there's only so many shots they're going to be able to soak up there. They don't have, MaSa doesn't have any Vikings of his own. So these liberators need to move away.
He's got a lot of scans though.
Yeah.
So I guess he can just keep on spamming that.
There just wasn't much to shoot at the Vikings is the problem. He's got 2 Vikings against like 6 in that location. So it's a bit difficult. Bringing some more forwards though.
Semper's going to expand at 6 o'clock.
Nice. This game's
Guys are not
crazy.
done, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the minimap. Looks like somebody got cupping therapy over there.
That looks scary, does that therapy thing.
Oh!
Oh, big fight. Oh, he captures the siege tank. That's big for Semper.
Wow!
Oh!
What do you get, like 5 or 6?
Oh, yeah, a lot.
It's 17 tanks to 5 now.
Semper, go and exert your pressure. How else do you want
All
me
right,
to say
coach.
it? Go.
All right, coach.
So drops the scan towards the bottom, drops the scan towards the top.
That would
equally.
be so funny if like you were behind the player and you say that at the tournament. He just turn around and be like, bro, is that English?
Wow.
Exert!
Ah, dear me. This was a planetary fortress up here. What on earth? Well,
Yeah, every new base should be a planetary fortress for defense. But in this case, oh, there's going to be so many SCVs lost as well.
yeah, brings it
But
down.
down there, MaSa is trying to do the same thing, the repair! Oh, he's getting so many of those Marines, this might survive.
Oh, yeah, it's going to survive.
Yeah, mule landing.
Planetary fortresses are awesome. All right, MaSa's making a big move to try and flank this army. So he
This
wants
could
to go
backfire
siege
big
tanks.
time. He scans on top of it, so Semper should know that something's up.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that Semper might be able to come back in this. I thought MaSa was doing so well. Catching these tanks in the middle of the map was the biggest play. But now it looks like MaSa might be going for a sandwich attack here if he can.
Yeah, he sees there's only 2 siege
How do he
tanks at
counter?
this planetary fortress.
But there are tanks there.
Kills them off very, very fast. This is going to be a dead planetary if he's not careful. This entire army, though, for Semper is just going over the other side. What a recovery so far from Semper. It could turn out to a full base trade, but I think MaSa realizes he
Ooh,
can't
at the top.
contend.
Semper gets caught here a little bit, overstepping against the tanks of MaSa. They're still cornering him.
Still 18 to 8 tanks. So MaSa has to be very careful.
If Semper uses the new units he made in the meantime to go on the right-hand side and push that planetary fortress, that's the main mining base of MaSa and the last one, really.
These 3 siege tanks are going to get as much value as possible before they get gunned down. So the reinforcements there for Semper couldn't get to the main bulk of the army. Semper with the... Does he have the Viking advantage? Yes, by 1.
Ooh, Liberator actually sieging against that.
Nice, and also turrets go down, so he didn't even care about the PDD potential. That's Raven has got no energy now. That could actually come back to bite him. We'll see.
Semper should fly his orbitals to new bases. Yeah, I mean, a natural and third base.
Semper's just going to leave that location knowing that it shut down some of the most important mining bases.
These two went from having the map split to now basically trying to scramble and take any base that they can and playing a much lower econ game all of a sudden with way less walkers, 36 to 32.
Pretty crazy how well Semper has come back. He's going to go for this engagement once again. All the siege tanks for MaSa are well away from this fight, but it looks like MaSa is just going to go for it, knowing that there's not that many Marines with this to buffer for the siege tanks, but all the Marines fall anyway. That's a big, big win for Semper. Oh, and he gets the siege tanks on the background.
A great trade. Comes in from behind with the Marines and cleans up. Look at the supply now. Semper so far ahead. This might very well be a 2-0 after MaSa was in control for most of the game with a big economy and supply lead as well.
Brilliant, brilliant recovery. He made it even for a long time, like, I mean, maybe the last 8 minutes or so, but then really rocketed up here, did Semper with some of his maneuvers. MaSa has no answers right now. 8 against 15 siege tanks.
What would you tell MaSa if you're his coach?
I would say, I don't know. What would I say? Attempt phalanx formation. I don't know. Something to that effect. Got to put the shields up.
Making him even more depressed in the game is doing not so well in anymore.
Yeah, probably.
Look at the amount of tanks.
It's a lot. The upgrades are good too.
What is this, StarCraft remastered?
Where tanks kill 40 Hydras.
Yeah, this is insanity. Like, there's so many of these guys.
Oh! The Raven just saved itself barely with a PDD. Get him! He's gone. All right. Unit count 52 and 16 to 41 and 9.
Yeah, Semper is now flying his orbitals to new bases as well. Why is he sending that at the bottom? Actually, he's already going to the command center there.
I guess he's going to fly around the corner to the very far corner. Not sure, but regardless.
They might not need that anyway. Even though MaSa is evening up the supply a little bit, trying to get some good trade with his own tanks. It's now 9 to 13. He's closed the gap quite heavily.
Yes, he has. There was an attempt at a drop up here, but it really didn't do too much.
It got shut down. There's one Marine left in that one.
Yeah. MaSa's holding on. This TvT.
Oh no, Semper sent the CC to the wrong location. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh.
I thought something was wrong, so now he's accused that landing on the left-hand side. But he has one on his natural, on his third base, sorry. He could have sent that one.
Yeah, he should have just sent this one down here and been like, well, whatever.
Well, apparently in the game of musical command centers, still could get better.
Apparently. This drop will be able to shut some down. Oh, no, it won't. That was a big army. I can't believe it. Now MaSa's come back.
Oh, Semper, he did a good job of scanning here, edging forward a little bit with those tanks.
Viking vision. For about 2 seconds.
Oh, 1 second, yeah. One Liberator on the right-hand side gets rid of the tank nicely, and now goes for the SCVs.
Liberator value. Bringing down the SCVs. And then it dies again.
Yeah, what was the song continuing?
It was going to continue until the Liberator died.
I think MaSa was actually ahead on resources lost for most of the game, and now if you look, it's like he's lost 7,000 more resources. So Semper definitely getting some good trades. Starting to cover the map in red a little bit more here.
Yes, he is. The one focal point he needs to pressure is that top base, which is the most healthy mining base here currently for MaSa.
I think MaSa suspects that they've been scanning one another for a long time.
Yeah, so repositioning slightly. That's a big drop going over there. Reinforcing with submarines as well. The SCVs actually come off the line to go to war. Because it's not a planetary, so they can't just sit there and repair and hope. Good shutdown though by MaSa.
Yeah, he's evening the army supply with this.
Yeah. he is.
MaSa's patience has been rewarded here. Every single one of the attacks of Semper recently has been defended. And now Liberators are going to want to look to clean up. But Semper's not looking.
No, he's not.
Oh my god, he's going to lose very important tanks there.
And that will force the potential for the
Look at this, the
siege, and he's
Marines.
going to charge in, get these down. Oh my god, MaSa. Run and gun. Pew, pew, pew.
Wow. And just like that, MaSa has retaken the supply lead.
This game, it's so back and forth.
This is StarCraft at its finest, guys.
This is StarCraft. It's doing good.
What a blissful creature.
You mean that shark? No, David Attenborough's not here today. But anyway, MaSa.
Oh, he will be later
Oh,
on the right map.
only Abyssal Reef. I think there's not much more wildlife on these other ones.
Well,
They're all dead planets,
there's
mate.
some sandy beaches
Yeah.
elsewhere that we can talk about. Oh, the attack at the top now, though. MaSa not ready for this one.
Yeah.
Well, the CC is dead. If he targets it, gets some STVs as well. So finally, Semper gets the right attack that he wanted onto that base, and that's going to shut down a lot of the economy of MaSa, who's not barely mining anymore.
This game is by no means over.
Look at the income.
Yeah.
Less than 400 to 1700.
That's why MaSa realizes he needs to put some pressure on towards this
Oh,
bot
these
base.
Vikings, they're cleaning up some very important liberators there.
Yeah. Those are the linchpin to actually sieging this location up. And now,
And now he has air control.
yep, he does.
I mean, there's so many tanks anyway. Like, if he gets scanned at the wrong time, it could be bad. Semper's going to take his 3 times scan around that
Oh, the siege
West
tank,
goal base before.
the siege tank next to the command center isn't besieged. And I think that,
What a
that could have been in
slacker.
range.
What a slugger.
Yeah.
That Semper's mining on the
Marines.
left-hand side. And MaSa, interestingly enough, expanded just above that.
Meanwhile, Semper is still killing off some of the buildings at the back.
He might drop the main base,
Yeah, he might.
but he has only one medivac with this.
Well, that's a shame. Needs to send some of these, I guess.
Go back and forth.
And MaSa
Oh!
move through the middle here, going to take some damage. This base, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's not a planetary fortress. So these Marines can easily close the distance onto those tanks.
Siege tanks get shut down here. Here come the Marines from both sides, and now MaSa has to run away from that. Getting sandwiched would be catastrophic. Oh. Siege tanks. Oh, no, he's picking up. MaSa's going to drop on these. He's trying to use the Liberators on top of his own siege tanks, knowing that the Marines were away there for Semper. But at this point in time, the army for Semper completely outweighs that of MaSa. Reinforcements are going to be coming back for Semper on the other side. Picks up, gets out of there with all of his Marines.
Semper might find a CC here.
Yeah, he might. And shutting that down
Oh
would
my
be
God.
fantastic for him.
Oh, there is quite a bit of army
Yeah,
nearby.
it's army.
He
Run
can't
away.
get back now, though. This is bad for Semper again.
With this TvT, jeez. All right, let's look at the army count. It's 12 siege tanks against 6. And, oh, actually, a lot of the advantage that Semper has is in medevacs. 6 against 1. So that's these standing armies are actually very, very closely
Yeah.
gunned.
And MaSa has a lot more tanks. Is battle worth this by the winner of this game?
What is this Viking fight? Look at this.
And it's going to be a draw? No.
Oh! Oh!
Oh! We've got a draw in our hands, guys.
Now, nobody has their advantage apart from that one Liberator. Oh my god, the one Liberator. Oh my god! Oh, the shot.
Yeah, that wasn't all the Liberator.
No.
He'll take the credit if you ask him,
It was,
but
like, it was all me, boys. I found a new research
he actually
upgrade.
did almost nothing. That was all the tanks.
Yeah, it was. Now he's found a place where he can get in range, thanks to this one Liberator.
Semper is flying another orbital command on the left-hand side to a new base, which MaSa might find now.
This game is crazy. It's cray-cray, Todd. I'm so gangster. Oh, yes. 27 workers to 27 workers. Income, if they're able to get these bases dead even, finds the command center, guns it down with the Marines.
Yeah, Semper's not going to be about that one. He's going to say Tabernacle.
Tabernacle?
Yeah.
Wait, what's that?
It's the, it's the French-Canadian thing you say when things are not going well.
Oh, okay. I see. And MaSa.
Why is he landing his CC there, MaSa here? At the gold base where there's no minerals left.
Wants gas? No, there's no way he wants gas. He's got 4,000. They're even in extinguished
I love how,
anyway.
by the way, on the right-hand side, there is a CC that's not yet either an orbital or a PF. But there is one Marine, one lone Marine guarding that base by Semper. Oh, he's attacking on the left-hand side.
Gonna get a lot of those SPVs as well while he pushes in.
That's going to force a bad engagement out of Semper here, overextending straight into those
A
tanks.
terrible engage. Yeah, he lost so much to those siege tanks. You're right. You know what you do with that command center down at the bottom? You just land next to it anyway and morph PF. Doesn't matter.
Crush the Marine and then make a PF.
If only. Production is non-existent. It's all about these standing armies now. 41 to 60, but the siege tanks here for MaSa
Oh, Semper.
are super strong. Oh, it's the 2 Liberators. Can they make the difference?
I think they can because tanks are covering them.
No!
One is left behind. Risky steam here by Semper. Man, down to the last few units.
This is so close.
Semper has way more army supply and both players are broke.
He does. And there was one Marine up here shooting things. Why? I'm not sure. That one got cleaned up by one Marine down towards the bottom right-hand side. This game, Todd.
Yeah, but okay, Semper's sending a couple Marines and one tank on the bottom right. I think he knows there might be a morphing PF soon. And he's like, I'm going to kill it.
There's almost no way that MaSa wins with the current standing army he has. It's 20 Marines and 6 tanks against 9 Marines and 5 tanks. And
6 tanks is the important number here.
Yeah,
You can get a siege position and Semper attacks into it. Maybe he has a chance, but the fact that Semper has Liberators, yeah, he's going to do that.
Exactly. These two are the game changers.
Say hello to my little friend.
And then behind that, yeah, as much as he's going to get one Liberator, he loses all of his Marines. Picks it up, gets it out there.
And the base bottom right. Not on my watch.
I like how I was hoping for him to morph PF. There you go, GG. Wow, Semper. 2-0 currently. What a recovery. And then back and forth, back and forth.
I don't know if Semper went to IKEA earlier to get some meatballs, but that guy wants to go to Sweden, I can tell you, after fighting so hard in a game like this.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
quite insane.
And MaSa now has got to be thinking, what on earth do I do? He opened up aggressive.
I'm supposed to be the good macro Tyrann over in North America, over in Canada as well, like he's from his own country.
Opened up aggressive, did damage, had a good lead for a while there. Semper didn't really put on too much harassment, but just mechanically got himself back in very strongly. Lovely to watch. Semper
Apparently
says,
Scarlet beat Neeb 3-2.
oh. Whoa. That's impressive. Semper says he needs a 2-minute break. Slightly understandable after that. That was mental.
You know, I saw someone post a photo at Cora recently in Canada. Yeah?
Oh.
Got me so excited. These pancakes, man.
Yeah. If we're in Canada, we have to go. It was brilliant. And we can take the usual picture of me with my fork and my knife.
You know, I'm struggling to find restaurants, like proper Polish restaurants online. Because I went to like TripAdvisor and it's like all the top restaurants, they're either sushi and Japanese or like Italian and stuff. I was like, we're in Poland. I want some Polish food.
Maybe we can ask Polish people.
Yeah, but then I think most of them, you know, they don't eat out that much, right?
Maybe. Maybe not.
I remember when I was in the US, I went to open a bank account and the guy that was working there was Mexican. So I was like, oh man, like I love Mexican food. Like where can I find good one? And he just looked at me and laughed. He's like, man, my mom makes the best food. I don't know. I don't usually eat out. I was like, well, that's not very helpful.
No. It's fair though. It's fair. Oh, I'm going to invite you to this lobby. What was I going to say? The pierogies at the hotel were good. They were tasty. But it wasn't that much variety. It was meat, cheese, potatoes.
I'll take that. I want a specialized restaurant. Actually, I found one pierogi restaurant that I think I'm going to try later.
Yeah?
But even like other stuff. Usually, actually, during Intel Extreme Masters Katowice, we always end up finding a couple of very good restaurants.
The last one I want to go to is that one just across from Spodek, where they always seem to go every time.
Why? It's good.
Because we've been so many times.
So?
It's not. Yeah, it's okay, but we've been a lot. That's the last one I want to go to.
Keep hating, hater.
I was surprised that that place wasn't more busy, considering it was right next to Spodek when we were doing the events there.
Yeah. Where do these guys go and eat? Probably their hotel lobby.
Maybe. Yeah.
Thinking it's Polish food. What a mistake. Actually, it might be.
It might be what, sorry?
It might be Polish food. Unless you're like the most of the StarCraft talent and all the cheeseburger.
It's because most of them are American, right?
I think that was like Funka and Maynard, actually. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just talking
So
randomly.
none of the Americans.
I'm not judging. You guys do what you want.
Yeah, they can eat whatever they like. Just like I eat whatever I like.
Oh,
Which
I know.
Is a picky preference, to say the least.
Oh, man, we're talking about food. I'm getting excited here.
Yeah, I want some food too. Now that I'm talking about it. I have pretzels with me, and that's it.
I brought dark chocolate,
Yes.
a protein bar, and bananas.
A brown banana.
A ripe banana, yes.
Yeah.
Listen, if you want to eat green bananas and be constipated, that's your choice, bro. Like, you do what you want. But
Why did that come
I'm
from?
going to eat them when they are ripe.
I don't eat them green. I eat them yellow and slightly spotty brown. Not full brown.
Good for you.
This is compost
Let's
material.
focus on the TvT at hand, please.
We're not even in the lobby. We're in the lobby, but we're just chilling. We're going to be on ascension to Aya for the next game. Semper is ready. He is 2-0 up currently against MaSa. One more map win and he will qualify for WCS Jönköping, which, looking at the names, that's a mean feat.
Yeah, for sure. We didn't have that many Terrans either. It's mostly Zergs.
Yeah. All right, so that one. Perfect. Let's jump into game number 3 here for WCS Challenger, as we do have spawning down to the bottom right-hand corner. It is MaSa in the blue. And up to the top left, we have Semper in the red. One game away from WCS Jönköping.
And so far from Terrans that qualified for WCS Jönköping, it's Aigers and Seether only. So looks like it's going to be 2 Australians, 1 Canadian, and maybe 1 more from Latam with special. Can't wait to cast these games. Can't wait to say special over and over.
Yes.
It's just the best feeling, isn't it?
Well, how would you describe his builds?
Specials?
Yeah.
Standard.
Damn. That's a call out.
And before he renames to standard. I don't think his build orders are that special. Like for the most part, I think he takes them from like the best Koreans. And
Yeah.
stuff. And, like, I mean, he does them really well, sure.
Todd, what have you done?
I don't know. I broke the computer.
How did you break the computer? Did you
I
kick
just
it?
alt-tabbed. No.
You all tabbed?
Yeah.
And that was the reason?
Yes.
What did you want to look at?
I was looking at the qualified players that I just mentioned. You think I'm rotty and I remember everything? No.
Well, I guess we're going to have to wait.
Leave me behind. It's too late for me, Kailash. Just continue. Everyone will want you to continue. You can do this. I believe in you.
Yeah?
I'll hold them off for as long as I can.
Just as a disclaimer, I am Bish Bosh Bash, so there we go. All right, Todd's gone. Finally, jeez. Wait, it's lagging again. Have you done something? What?
Trickle-down effect, baby. I don't know. What is going on? Maybe it wasn't me.
Maybe it wasn't
It's
you.
like a horror movie. We're getting picked off one by one.
Who's next? You decide. Yeah, this is Final Destination right here. Wasn't that a map?
Destination was the map, I think, not Final Destination.
No? Okay. It's the ultimate film / StarCraft crossover.
Yeah, well, I would hope it wouldn't be with a terrible movie.
No. Casters and players one by one being disposed of.
Except probably because he's immortal.
Yeah.
Like they try everything, they chop his head off, he's like still kicking.
He's like saying, well, I don't know, guys.
I'm feeling like a god over here. He sounds like a cartoon when you do an impression of him. I don't know why.
I don't know. I think we're going to remake. To the score screen. That's a bit of a shame.
It's weird. Wait, I think. Oh, yeah, I'm not in window full screen. Usually in the studio, I'm in window full screen. You can't crash if you're in window full screen.
I see.
That was weird. Sorry about that, guys.
He's really sorry.
I am sorry, like, for slowing down the broadcast, but at the same time, I kind of feel like it's, you know, it's not up to me, right? I didn't choose to make the game crash.
If it wasn't going to be you first, it would have been Semper. One of you had to go. And that's how it is.
Usually it's that guy, Rip. You know?
Rip. The Polish guy.
Yeah. Usually it's like it's
Emil.
always, yeah, him or Emil. They always drop in those games.
Yeah.
But it's funny when you see Rip.
Yeah.
It's like Rip.
Aptly named. Waiting for Semper to come back. That was a really short 3-2. No, maybe it was a long TvT. Oh, I see. You're just talking about that. These headsets, man. They're great sound quality, but they don't half hurt your head when you wear them for long periods of time.
Yeah, I found that sometimes you can wear them a little bit better. Like if you place them a little bit poorly, then they're gonna hurt more.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's strange how that works.
Maybe I should untie
It's kind of like
maybe.
exercising. If you do the exercise wrong and with the wrong position, then it's gonna be bad for you.
Yeah.
But if you do it perfectly, it's like easier.
You'd think we'd absolutely know exactly where to put them after wearing them for 5-6 years.
Apparently not.
No,
Guys.
just useless.
We're not the brightest bunch, are we?
Speak for yourself.
What do you mean, the guy who's better than you at every game? Okay,
It's not
James.
very nice.
Don't play the victim. Not gonna work with me.
Don't play the victim. Congratulations, by the way, for being promoted back into Grandmasters.
Oh yeah, that
For
was
doing
fun.
nothing.
That was so funny. That's what I do, man.
Yeah. I
Thank you.
I gave you a
I
clap.
gave it everything I could.
I know, I saw. I saw you playing video games just before the broadcast began. I saw that you were giving it your all. Okay, Semper is back online. Good luck, have fun. GL. You know, I'm sat quite... Normally when I sit in these chairs on broadcast, I sit quite forwards and attentively. But now
Yeah.
I'm sitting quite far back, and my back is actually against the back of it. I don't look like I'm not that attentive. I feel comfortable, but I'm still quite attentive.
What do you mean attentive?
Like I'm focusing, like like the submergency of what I'm doing, and I'm, you know, rising to the occasion.
What do you want to look like when you're on camera exactly? Like some kind of evil villain with his cat and like his crystal ball or something?
No, this isn't a James Bond film. I don't need that.
You're overthinking it, man.
Maybe. I'm comfy now. I got my pillow.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, totally forgot.
Yeah. All right. We are into game 5 once again, as we do have Semper leading 2-0. Let's get into it. Down to the bottom right-hand corner, it's going to be MaSa in the blue. And up to the top left-hand corner, we have Semper in the red.
Semper definitely, I think, will skyrocket in popularity if he can qualify there. A lot of players will start looking out for him a lot more. Not that he was completely unknown, obviously. You know, he's been around for some time and definitely already has posted results. But this, to me, you know, you might look at it and say, you know, it's not the WCS main event yet. It's just Challenger and all that. Well, Challenger, first of all, is pretty damn important. And also, like, this is also... It feels like you determine who's the best of the region, right?
Yes,
Like WCS
yes.
Europe, you get the best European rankings that you could get, basically, because all the best European players are in there. And now it's the same for North America. So not only if he qualifies there, he's one of the 4th best North Americans, he also did it by beating some of these guys himself. It's not like, you know, you got a lucky road or something and then beat the guy that somehow had beaten some guys and nobody understood how. No, like he would be beating MaSa.
I think almost every single WCS Challenger we've done has turned up some surprises, right? For players that would not necessarily have been invited to an invite-only tournament or something like that. No, this is all open. Everyone has an equal shot, and everyone has the potential to upstage someone else.
Yeah.
So you're
Everyone
totally on the money.
Everyone has an equal shot, yeah.
Yeah.
Except for the Protosses, apparently.
No,
Oh.
They can all, apart from Neeb, King of the West, everybody else can just die. And that's what happens at the moment in these tournaments. Sorry, Protoss. Why are you having such a hard time? You have super OP carriers. No? Okay. Reaper on the way for Semper out into the middle of the map whilst he takes his expansion on spot. So MaSa might be starting to be the one aggressive.
Yeah, this is the same situation as game number 1 once again. I think that Semper at this point must be starting to feel comfortable.
Oh.
Hopefully for him, he doesn't get too nervous. You know, we've been over this. A player is supposed to be the underdog. Goes up 2-0 against somebody as good as MaSa. If you let those nerves start to kick in, if you start thinking too much about the beautiful lake next to the DreamHack and WCS venue.
We need to find out the name of that lake, by the way.
Over in Sweden. Well, I've got window full screen mode on now, so I can just alt tab and Google Map it.
It's a big lake. There's probably a lot of facts about that lake being a certain size, one of the biggest in Europe. It's probably just called Jönköping Lake, or imagine.
Would it even be on the map and stuff?
Oh, absolutely, yeah, it will. Pressure being put on. See how big it is?
It's called Vattern.
Vattern. It's a massive lake. Look how huge it is. It's like a mini ocean. Alright.
I've never seen you be so enthusiastic about a lake.
Oh, there's one north of it, even bigger. Whoa!
I mean, there is also the ocean, not very far.
Many times I drove past that lake when I lived in Finland, because we'd get the ferry across, and then we'd drive down to Kristianstad, where there was a reptile convention. And then we'd buy reptiles, and then we'd smuggle them back on the ferry because they weren't allowed. And one time we were with a guy who had bought a spitting cobra, an adult spitting cobra, and it was angry.
What is this, a vlog?
You feel like I'm just making it
talk
up,
about
don't
the
you?
game.
You're the one minimized.
Yeah, but like, people can see that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Not the one talking about like smuggling spitting cobras illegally cross country. What is wrong with you?
Okay, if people don't find it interesting, they can tweet me and tell me they don't find it interesting, and I will accept that.
What'd you do with it?
I mean, I didn't do anything with it. Our friend took it back and put it in a terrarium and kept it as a pet.
In Finland, of all places. Well, I guess if they escape, they're guaranteed dead. Minus 25 like a snake.
Yeah, in winter,
Yeah.
it'd be screwed. Sorry, spitting cobra. You embodiment of actual death.
Semper is setting up very nicely defensively here. Viking already at the north. And units up the ramp, including 2 Cyclones. Not gonna take the risk of going for a quick third command center. Just drop down a couple more barracks. Went straight for the steam pack. And MaSa in this case is the one going for an earlier third CC. That's gonna delay everything else. Are we gonna see the steam pack snipe again? The timing?
I would love it if we
Where
did.
is it, like 6:30, 7:30? Look at it. Those Ravens are going forward.
Are they going to get it? Is the
I
question.
mean, okay, the tech lab is pretty deep inside of the base
Yeah, it is.
this time around of Semper.
But it was quite deep on the previous map as well.
Yeah, but the buildings were like kind of blocking one another. Like
Yeah.
now, obviously, they would be up the ramp and ready to shoot.
Reinforcements would be hard to get there on the previous. Well,
Oh, and also you would get the wrong one, maybe. You would think it's the right-hand side one, which is
Oh.
combat shield.
yeah, he
Which
could.
nobody cares about, not even the spitting
The spitting cobra.
cobra.
The acid goes like through the shield. You're like, ah, my eyes!
What is it? Like Jurassic Park.
It's not acid, is it? I'm so stupid. Anyway, I don't know. I never kept poisonous snakes. That would be a little bit too much. He had like a green mamba as well. That was scary. Oof. Anyway.
You mean the razor?
Yeah, he had a mouse, an actual peripheral in a terrarium. Like, look at my black mamba.
All right, here we go, main base. Also, turret's gonna be dropped. Semper are already a couple units there.
I like how he tried it.
Oh, the tech lab! Oh!
I like how he tried it, but he
It's MaSa's
counter-engaged.
point. Oh my god, he gets it!
But it's only the combat shield.
I mean, he'll take it, I guess. Like,
He'll take it. That's fine. All
That's
right.
not nothing. And Semper actually replaces that. He's like, you know what? Steam's almost done. I'm going to get a reactor instead and then start combat
Yeah.
shield behind Steam. I like that.
So he's done him a favor.
Well, those add-ons, they do take a very long time to build. So
Yeah,
I don't know
they
if
do.
I would go as far as saying that.
All right, siege tank on that low position as well, wanting to protect that from anything that comes along. Third base being taken, and this assault continues, but the cyclones are there. Shut it down. Get off my add-ons. I do like the turret snipe of a tech lab. I think it's a cool tactic.
Yeah. Opening double Raven apparently can be good in TvT here if you use it as well as MaSa. Okay, these guys are going pretty deep.
Yes, they are.
Goodbye.
Sorry,
That was
boys.
weird.
That was weird.
Maybe he was hoping the army would be in the middle of the map. Definitely was not. Yeah, like we saw multiple Raven openers before against Zerg to try and kill drones with auto turrets.
Yeah.
In this case, I mean, killing STVs could be okay, I guess, but if the opponent pulls them away, then it doesn't really do much. Like killing a tech lab plus an upgrading it, now that's a real snipe.
Snipe for the ages. Going to be a sensor tower going down here whilst the scan drops and sees what's going on. So this Liberator up to the top left can maybe sneak around.
There's two. One at the top, well, one for the main, one for the natural.
Ooh. Master's aggression. Love it. Now it's going to have to leave. Up to the main. Not reacted to. Oh, auto turret. Let's go.
That's gonna kill a lot. Wow. I mean, these auto turrets will clean up, but look at how many STVs have died.
Workers, nice. So what are we on? We're on 59 workers against 70 for MaSa. 70 workers. I suppose he's nowhere near maxing, so it's not too bad just yet. But once it gets to a max versus max, if we stick around at 60 versus 70, that's 10 extra army supply that could be around. As Terran, do you think 70 is too much?
No.
No,
I think
you
it's
think so?
fine, yeah. As long as you don't make too many more, you just keep on expanding, I think it's fine. And you need to play accordingly as well. Like if you know the opponent, or you realize somehow that your opponent has less and he's got more army, which to be honest is very unrealistic. Nobody will really know about that.
Right, yeah.
You might need to be careful. But in this case, actually you should know, right? He just killed those 10 SCVs, so you should know he's 10 walkers ahead.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so MaSa was situated around the middle. This Marine, I don't think he spotted those two medevacs on the left-hand side. That's perfect for Semper, but there is obviously two sensor towers triggered and good to go.
Triggered.
In an angry way. They're angry sensor towers. Somebody put googly eyes on them.
On a
and
scale
get
from 1
eyebrows.
to Hydra.
Oof. Well, not quite Hydra. I'd say Inertio on the scale of 1 to Hydra. I'd say Inertio.
Just like I guess it's comments in the lobby.
Yeah.
It's weird to make actually sensor towers like this, but not make one on the third base for MaSa. Because now, if this double medivac of Semper with Marines attacks his third base, he's going to sit only at the last second.
Gets himself the Liberator. Saves his tanks.
Look at MaSa's third base and the circle of these sensor towers. He's only going to sit this too late and start losing SCVs and maybe even the CC. Yeah, look.
Yeah, he's got no forces there.
Surprise, surprise!
Oh no. Evacuates instantly, so a very good reaction from MaSa. But he could lose the command center. He's going to lose the command center. That's
He's going
bad.
to repair it, but the units cannot get there soon enough.
Oh,
SCVs are going to be targeted. Semper doing some of his own damage there.
Yeah, the Marines finally get back here. He's going to
He's
boost
going to get
morale.
out.
12 workers go down though, evening things up nicely. 63 to 62 workers now. Semper moving
This is
to
like
the middle.
a Conor McGregor move.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Coming in from the left, coming in from the right. No?
Get in, get rich, get out.
Oh, okay. I always like when he posts pictures of him, like, I think one of his profile pictures was him in a bank next to a vault with a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Muhammad Ali did that a long time ago.
Was it in ode to that, or was it just inspired?
It was his own version with probably a lot more money.
Maybe. All right, blasting down some of those Marines, pushing them back. This army is still down towards the bottom, or at least the drop is towards the bottom. So can pose an imminent threat.
Keep in mind, Semper, while he was attacking the third base of MaSa, he scanned the fourth base that was going up. So he knows that the CC will basically be done by now. And he might be trying to attack it later on. Big drop in the main base here of Semper. The Z-base are exposed.
Not enough Marines to shut this down on the side of Semper.
And then the Vikings.
Got to do something. I guess he wants the medevacs as well, though, so these units just can definitely not retreat.
This is not very good for Semper to be pushed back like this. He's almost like headed home here at this point. And MaSa has bought himself a lot of time. He's got good air control with a ton of Vikings, and this has done quite a bit of damage here.
Yeah, definitely. Good stuff there so far. We'll get shut down eventually in that natural by the missile turret. The army's through the middle though. MaSa, 20 army supply ahead. So might want to start
I'm looking at
pushing through. Yeah. It's in his favor.
Semper just trying to secure that fourth base here. A couple walkers behind, sure, but army is still very similar. Upgrades even. And Semper actually the only one who started the +3 infantry upgrades for the armor. He started 3-3, whereas MaSa only started the +3 attack. That's a little bit odd that he would forget that.
Yeah, it
Maybe,
is.
I don't know.
He has the gas.
Yeah, he has a ton of gas.
Oh, these Marines actually move through and get a really good trade to start there for Semper. I have to move back instantly thanks to the siege tanks. Unit count, 10 tanks for 10 tanks, but it's 30 extra Marines on the side of MaSa right now. There's the armor going up. MaSa feels like he's in the driving seat, so he's going to move forward. Run and gun, run and gun.
They just keep on scanning one another. It's so funny because like they don't really use mules. They just save a ton for scans. And again, the fact that there is no sensor tower on that third base for MaSa is going to get attacked there and see it very late. Last time he reacted very quickly with pulling that away. That's huge, actually. If he can get all cancel on those command centers here,
Yep.
Semper, I think he's going to get it. Oh my god.
Nice.
And that base is toast.
Absolutely. Nothing to reinforce here. And if they do come back, it's going to be very late and slow. Once we get the command center, gets it, gets on out. Run away! Or even just turn around and kill
Yeah,
down the
MaSa's not even
Marines.
macroing. He's looking at the middle of the map. He's sniping
he
a
got
bunch
liberators.
of Ravens, Medivac, sorry, and then he pulled the Marines here of Semper out of position. He's sniping all of the Medivacs.
Oh my god.
Semper's not paying attention to that location.
No, and now, where are the Marines? They could actually run down that position. I mean, it wouldn't be the most cost effective, but they could open up that third base. Picks up. He's going to land on the siege tanks. There's Marines behind it though, so they'll get gunned down. Gets 2 siege tanks for a full medevac and Marines.
Yeah, these Vikings of MaSa have been such a nuisance here for Semper to try and deal with.
Ooh,
Boom.
Seeker missile. Time to move you back. Little injured, weak siege tank. Alright, so. Slight step forwards again. Berate those Marines and kill them off fast.
What a slugfest here.
Yeah.
It's a slow push, but there was action all over with drops and counterattacks. And MaSa finally remembered to start his +3 infantry upgrades.
This planetary fortress gaining a lot of momentum over on the right-hand side.
Man, this Viking flower.
Too much for Semper to deal with at the moment. I wonder why he just doesn't have that much Vikings. Are they always just getting the trade, right?
Yeah, every time he had a few far too early, he's trying to get rid of some of those, but the Marines on the ground are going to die so fast. And MaSa, it looks like he might be able to bring this back here.
He wanted the Liberator and he got it, so not bad. Keeps his siege tanks alive for a little bit longer, drops the scan, sees those 2 medevacs that just filled up and are repositioning. Where are they going to go though? MaSa's constricting him like a boa, Todd, like a boa constrictor. Whoop. I think no reaction to those 2 medevacs that went around, but it's going to be the Liberator taking down some of these siege tanks until the Vikings clean it up.
These Vikings for the MVPs for sure.
Yeah, actually I think
Still going.
Ooh, it's not a draw this time. Haha, MaSa wins out on that one. So Marines are going to go at the bottom again. SCVs were already sent up to the 5th base now.
Very well set up. Man, there is an SCV freaking out in the natural Semper.
Oh, yeah? Whoa!
Look at that guy.
Rave party.
I don't know where he got bit by, but must have been a hell of a snake.
Poor guy.
Very ambitious Liberator there.
Did these Marines get cleaned up by the siege tanks? Yeah, they did 5 and 2 kills. Some Marines probably came back as well to help. The reinforcement path here for MaSa is just perfect, and he's been so patient through the middle.
Yeah.
To the point where Semper has had no option. Whenever a single Liberator has come forward to cause some pain.
It's so weird that Semper is making Liberators, or like was making Liberators, against the Vikings that are still raking him for like the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, he's boosted a couple of medivacs on the left-hand side here.
He's going in.
Oh, he's going to find the SCV.
No.
The KLI's SCV
Not
after
that
1 beer.
No. Don't kill him. Just leave him alone. I was going to get cleaned up before he gets him. Yes. But at the same time, this time he's going to move forwards in the middle here. MaSa is trying to
that might be a mistake. Oh my god. These tank shots.
Wasn't the most cost-effective trade, but it was enough.
I mean, MaSa is happy to trade there. He's on 5 bases. Like, sure, Semper just took the 5th on the bottom left-hand side, but he's barely saturated it, and he's very exposed as well.
Liberator for 1 siege tank as he keeps pushing forwards.
And finally, Semper wins the air battle here with those Vikings.
Yeah. It's taken a long time to get there, and it's been costly. Going to push in with these Marines, trying to get onto the siege tanks. Trying to gun them down.
Look at this observing.
It was a good angle, wasn't it? It was a very good angle.
Absolutely magnificent.
It's magnificent, Todd. It's a phenomenal observing, John. It's not terrible at observing now. It's so hard whilst casting. People really don't know.
Unless you're Roddy.
He
You can do it all.
Yeah, he's a legend. He's had way more
Casting,
practice than me.
observing, tweeting, live betting,
All
giving
at the
birth to children somewhere in the hospital.
No, after the last...
5th base well established now for Semper, but the one Liberator actually annoying that 4th base for a little bit.
Was it still there? Oh, it was
Just
good.
died.
Yeah.
Drop on the right-hand side, about to happen.
You know what's funny, Todd? Semper's fighting his way back into this. He really is.
Yeah, I mean, he's starting to... It's just so hard to attack into a tank line, right? But
Yeah.
MaSa is still on 14 tanks against 10.
He
And
was-
I like what he's doing. If MaSa sets up here at the top,
Yeah.
it's maybe very good, but
Sees it.
look at this army. There is no medivacs, there is no Vikings. So he's not going to have any air control.
As long as he can get rid of that Liberator, Squid's in.
Wow. And now he's going to siege them. Yeah, you better start running, mate.
Oh!
And his teams, the synergy with every
Oof.
single unit here from Semper is just so clean.
Yeah. He was 80 supply down. Let's remember, he was at 120
80?
to 2. Yes, he was at 120 to 200, and he has fought his way back. Very commendable here from Semper. He
Oh,
makes
trying to catch some units in the middle of the map. MaSa didn't react just yet. He's going to start sieging those tanks. Although, like Will Semper.
The Marines step forward there to get onto the siege tanks. And now the supplies are almost even. And he actually shut down the whole command center up there almost. Oof.
Yeah, Semper is going to need to fly these orbitals elsewhere very soon here too. The 3rd base is about mined out. And a 56 walkers to 56. Army supplies, not that much difference.
These two are perfectly matched for one another. The previous game, now this game
A
being
match
where it
made in
is.
heaven, if you will.
Yeah. Now kiss. Semper here, MaSa. MaSa's just going to retreat out here with the medevac. So amazing to see how these kind of recoveries come on. But MaSa had such a strong advantage. And he really pressed it as well. Like, it's not like he was completely passive with it. He was relying too much, I suppose, on the Liberator, slow push forwards, every one Liberator coming in. And then that small Viking skirmish.
Attack on the bottom left-hand side here. A couple of Marines trying to be relevant. In a cold, hard world.
Not getting much done.
But MaSa Asian tanks rules above all.
They have enough Vikings to win this fight. He only sieged up one of his Liberators and stepped forwards with the other one, so he will lose that. Marines equalizing things. 159 army supply to 154. This is the first time Semper has taken a lead in that supply advantage in the last 12 minutes.
It's the overall supply, yes.
The overall supply.
The supply.
What do the supply gods tell you, Todd?
You tell me that Semper is ahead, not by the highest of margins, and that just like that, MaSa got back in. So it's still anybody's game.
The supply gods are merciful.
The supply gods haven't made up their mind yet.
No, apparently not. They're indecisive. They're indifferent. They're like, we'll let it play out.
Remember, the soup never lies no matter what.
It doesn't.
Better start preaching. Semper gonna set up on the top right-hand side here. But 2 tanks here of MaSa behind the planetary will help clean up big time. Liberator, obviously, a real threat too. Ooh, the base on the left-hand side too being under assault here.
Yeah,
not a PF yet.
That was an ambitious move by Semper to go onto that planetary fortress, and he paid for it, like, with that push. He killed it eventually, but he's lost so many units in doing so. So now, MaSa, though, isn't really taking massive advantages off the back of that. He's not exerting himself on the other side. He would love these siege tanks up to the top right.
It's funny, they've been fighting so much that neither player there is going for ship weapons level 3.
Yeah.
Or vehicle weapons level 3. They'd rather make more units here for now.
It's a much lower econ situation than the majority of Game 2, where both of them had quite a bit of a bank.
Ooh, fight at the top right-hand side here.
It cleans up.
MaSa catches a couple units.
Alright, breaking down these rocks. Where is this even going? I never see anyone break down these rocks.
Now you have.
Yeah, great.
It's a bit weird then, that he's setting up there. Might be wanting to go for a big attack or drop in the main, but there's not that many medivacs. Yeah, I mean, MaSa set up defensively here. He's got the sensor tower, so it's not really attackable, to be honest. Both players still being very patient here with this.
Very.
I mean, at this point, their economy is not that booming anymore. Especially MaSa's, actually, around 1,400 mineral income. That's very low.
Drop up on this high ground. Can't really do too much at all with it, though. And Semper has to be careful because the army is significantly stronger here for MaSa. So he's trying to exploit that to the best of his ability. Sending some Marines to the top, trying to draw some of MaSa's army to alternate locations. He got a command center, didn't he? Whew. Attempting a move through.
Ooh, getting the sensor tower here is huge. I didn't have some vision. There's still so many. Oh, and MaSa is going to push her forward here with a huge chunk of the army. Semper was not ready.
I think he has to. Like, with the ways that MaSa keeps moving, Semper keeps moving and holding on in these weird spots, MaSa's had enough. He just wants to go straight for it. Although that being said, Marines and siege tanks coming on the back onto MaSa's siege tanks. And he will kill off the majority of this without losing too much economy. But at the backside, there was also Marines doing damage to something or was that
these STVs here. He needs to pull them away. Oof. And in the meantime, we've got Semper sieging from the high ground here onto that middle base of MaSa. He's still ahead in supply. And he's looking to come in from behind with a lot of forces. Yeah, Semper's teams, but no medivac to heal here as well. So he's lost a lot of hit points here prior to that.
Yeah, they're gone. Just put them behind the mineral line at that base where you've just passed and hope that something happens. And what are we doing now? 27.
A 10-to-10 tank count, but double the Marines here for MaSa.
It's a big deal. Very big deal.
But to be honest, 10 tanks.
They can shred them quickly if they overstep the mark. Really depends on how MaSa wants to play it.
MaSa scanned these tanks here. He's on the hunt. Oh! Semper pulling back. Ooh, MaSa almost went for it. He didn't know, I think, how much there was behind this, so he hesitated.
Oh!
Base top right-hand side getting caught.
Yep.
And MaSa was repairing it like he was already a PF. No, bro, it's not. You need to morph that. And those STVs are gonna fall.
Yes, they are. Well done, Marines. Kind of what Semper was hoping for up to that top spot. I don't know how MaSa finishes off Semper. Every single time he tries.
He's a survivor, like.
Yeah, he really is. Send him to that game show. Right,
terrible show.
Yeah, I never watched it either. I just know that Liquid Ken was in it once.
I watched it a couple times, yeah, sadly.
Sadly. All right, so another medevac drop up to the top right-hand side, looking to shut down some on that PF. If he can drop behind the mineral line, then that PF can't reach the Marines. So that would be a better location than any. He has to have known that there was a PF on him while he was building those TVs. Semper is taking the supply lead again. I can't believe how he does it.
He scans that location, sees the forces of MaSa pulling back, so he's going to be taking his time. But again, another Marine attack setting up on the top right-hand side. This time, I think Semper realized there was going to be defensive scans. He's like, hell no!
Yeah.
I'm not going there.
3 medevacs for MaSa. He's making a big play towards that bottom left.
Nothing one PF in a tank can't handle, right? Unless...
Does he drop
no,
the
there's
scan
no
and
tanks
see?
actually in this. It's just pure Marines.
Yeah.
We could use some help here.
Where are you?
We use some help, yeah, well, too late.
We found you. Sorry, bros. 164.
Actually, that's a lot of Marines on the bottom hand side here.
Yeah, if they're coming from the right angle... Oh, why are they going through the middle? Oh, he wants to get on that middle base.
Wants to get that juicy base.
Yeah.
The one with all the minerals.
Sitting on the edge, stims up, looking to go for it. What's the reaction time like? Semper realizes he's stimming his Marines as well to try and get back here. Planetary Fortress needs to be repaired. Going to be repaired. And it will be able to push this back.
Wow, was that intentional? Did he try to bait that he was maybe going to lose the PF and then a last second repair?
Yeah, I don't know.
He wanted to give him hope and then take it away.
Dash it all away.
Steal his dreams.
Yeah. Semper, Dream Stealer. It's his title. Because right now he's just playing a phenomenal TvT series.
Oh, these Marines top right? No.
Well,
The mid line.
yeah.
Pierogi Marines.
The Pierogies really were good at the hotel, I'll be honest. Oh, and again,
You're British, man.
I mean... Oh, he killed the one, but it was full of Marines! Good focus by Semper. Oh, he should have
the
won
army
that
of
fight.
Semper at the top getting caught here. He's going to get chased a little bit. Where are these tanks? He left them all in the middle of the map.
Yeah, that's... Suspect.
If MaSa knew,
Yeah.
I guess there are 2 at the top plus some liberators, but with the massive amount of army that MaSa had there.
Semper fights so well in these TvTs. He
Oh,
drops the scan, sees the space.
Yeah, that's huge actually, because now he's going to start applying pressure onto that one.
And he definitely can. He opened the rocks
This tank's in the middle of the map. I think he's hoping that for MaSa to move up that ramp.
He's going to go.
MaSa's
Oh,
spot-
it's Vikings. He lost all his Marines. He has to
Oh,
move
MaSa
away from
actually
those
sees
tanks.
these tanks with the sensor tower.
He's running away.
Look at how many exclamation marks he sees. No, MaSa.
Oh,
Too late.
no, they're all in.
He's actually engaging straight into this here, sectioning these tanks away.
That was a good engagement for
Yeah.
Semper. Semper had just too few Marines with that, although he's going to get a command center down to the bottom.
MaSa now has 12 tanks against Semper's 7.
Jeez.
Semper gets the command center at the bottom.
So,
This is some seriously good crisis management here from both,
I mean,
with all the action that's happening.
yeah, absolutely. MaSa is going to move his army to try and siege up that location, but the siege tank's on his left-hand side. He has to be careful. This isn't going to be a efficient trade for him. Actually, the Marines
Actually,
did very
this
well.
is bad. Tanks coming in one by themselves here.
Yeah. The Marines did very well there. I underestimated how
Yeah.
much they'd get done.
Check out resources lost. So even.
Command center goes down. This one's migrating, because that's what command centers do.
Yeah, they migrate
Yeah.
with the birds.
They just fly. But so that they can go and nest in the home of their birthplace. Whoa.
I believe you went for this. Get the sensor tower at least, Semper. Trading against these Marines here. He's got Vikings as well, fighting in the Liberator.
He's losing out a lot of these fights. He's in this point of frustration now where he's lost so much of his army because of the movement from MaSa through the middle. And it all came from losing this siege tank position in the middle where he didn't have enough Marines.
That was really weird.
Yeah.
So, we've got MaSa mining from one base at the top right, whereas Semper is mining from that middle one and that one at the top as well. So, better income for Semper, but less army, and I think MaSa is pressing the issue here at this point.
Yeah, he gets it now.
He's going to get the siege onto that planetary fortress.
That being said, the armies aren't that different right now, especially in this location. The reinforcements in the mid are very important.
Look here, there is a committee waiting for this CC.
Your migration
yes,
path has
please, it
been
leaves.
blocked. No, come back. Well, I suppose he needs to save his bases, otherwise he'll just have nothing to do. Shoot the SCVs. Although they're costing him a lot of money just repairing.
10% actually a Liberator at the top right.
Oh, siege tanks! Completely caught, has to pick two up and get out of there.
MaSa has been on point with the scans these games.
Yeah.
He got a lot of catches here with these. But supply is still about even.
The army supply of Semper now really needs to catch up if he's to do anything with it. Because, yeah, look at the worker count. You can see a massive 30 army supply in favor of MaSa right now. Again, admittedly, some of it is highly in.
Ooh, those Liberators. Semper trying to free that location here slowly but surely by killing those tanks.
Nice.
Oh, the CC dies.
The SCVs are important. The base wasn't as much because he can just, again, migrate the CC.
It's moving one to the bottom.
Yeah.
Musical command centers, man, it's a real game.
Yes, it is. That base up to the top has been a slight saving grace here from Semper, who has enough gas anyway.
MaSa's going to try to clean that up here down there.
He needs to. He needs an extra mining base soon. Kills it off.
Yeah, Semper doesn't have time to rejoin that location, but he's going to re-expand here in the middle. If MaSa found that top base, the game would end instantly, but I think he might still be waiting. He cleans up the last of the forces of Semper here in the middle of the map.
There you go, GG. MaSa takes the game, 2-1 currently in this TvT.
Nice TvT here so far between these two, man. That last game, absolutely back and forth. The supply gods took a very long time to make up their mind, but eventually they give the nod to MaSa, who's very much still alive here in this series.
All right, so, but again, I think as much as MaSa is still alive in this series, it takes so much to kill Semper.
Yeah.
He just persists, survives constantly. Impressive.
Yeah, he's like Ro4 after a cigarette and an energy drink. He's very hard to get rid of.
Just keeps going. That's his breakfast. Just keeps going. All right, what map are we going to be on next? Semper might take another minute or two break, considering that the game once again was quite intense.
How are you doing?
Already feeling tired in the first series. It's a good sign. This series has been going on though for 1 hour 40. All right.
Just waiting on the lobby.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I can join far side. All right, there we go.
It's quite crazy that Scarlet beats Neeb 3-2.
Yeah.
Like, she's beaten him in the past, but Neeb looks absolutely unstoppable in the previous games that he played.
Oh, there could quite easily be a rematch, though. Neeb killing off whoever comes through the lower bracket. Yeah.
It's not like this, it's like...
I would do it, but
put your hands together.
I'm tired already.
It's okay, we did it a lot in Austin.
Yes, we did. It was fun. So did many other people. And as you said on the stream, people are saying, why are they booing him?
They're not. That's the trick.
That's the meme now. People know that they're not booing him. And then they're just like, why are they booing him? That's the meme. Are we good to go? GL. We're going to be on Odyssey now. My nose is tickling, and I don't know why. I don't understand.
Maybe you didn't trim your beard so clean after all.
No, I did. Look at it. Ravishing.
Oh, not to Aegis.
No. He likes a man with a fuller beard. Full Gimli. True.
And the hair that goes with it.
Yeah. Very true.
Not that Kingslayer garbage.
No, this
you're
is
sporting.
This is merely pittance. Let's get into the game. Spawning down to the bottom right. It's going to be MaSa in the blue. Bringing it back. And up to the top left-hand corner, it's Semper in the red. 1 game away from qualifying for WCS Jönköping. And of course MaSa is going to fight tooth and nail now. Of course, in every single one of these games. He'll take it long if he needs to. Because everything is on the line. You lose here. Newsflash, you're in the losers bracket. You're just dead if that happens. There's no losers bracket.
Yeah, there's no next chance. It's Sweden or nothing.
Sweden or nothing.
And we want it to be Sweden
Yeah.
if we're one of those two players.
This ain't no 2011 tournament where people think that having a crazy format is good. Where it's
Yeah, and
upper
also
bracket
like
losers.
I think like quite a few people have been talking about how even if you don't qualify, you can go to the tournament and play from round one.
Mhm.
I don't know if from these two players they will still go because it's a long way, it's a very
Yes.
expensive travel. And actually, these two players are rank 1 and 2 currently on the North American ladder, by the way. Semper is
Wow.
rank 1 with a 86% win rate, 71 wins and 12 losses. And MaSa, rank 2 with 77% win rate, 70 wins and 21 losses. Not too shabby.
Not too shabby. Is that 86% win rate, as you said?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You were not listening? Or?
I did a double take. When you see a really nice car, you're like, oh, that's cool. And then you go, oh, really nice car. I said really nice car, all right?
I see.
Yeah.
Great. Only you.
Yeah. There you go.
It's going to be hard when Roddy's here.
Yeah? Why's that?
Because then I'm not going to have your Britishness around.
Is that something to be unhappy about? You'll have Rotty's Dutch flair.
It takes me some time to get used to it, and then it's gone all of a sudden. And then instead I have Roddy
Oh, okay.
just saying jokes and then laughing at his own jokes with a silly laugh that everybody knows about.
Yeah.
And then he makes me laugh too with it. It's his laugh.
So it's not his jokes that make you laugh, it's just his laugh.
Yes.
This is your ultimate wingman for Roddy moment. Yeah, he thinks he's a funny guy.
No,
but the
he's
really funny
funny.
part about him is his laugh.
He's pretty funny, but his laugh is hilarious for sure.
Okay.
But the same can be said with Tastosis, actually.
Yeah? When Artosis laughs, that's the trigger.
Yeah, like if you don't laugh, then you're a terrible human being.
His laugh is ridiculous. Hopefully you're not watching. And you don't hear that. I think he knows his laugh's ridiculous.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah, he knows. All right.
All right, what's happening in this game, Kairos?
Yeah, there wasn't much. There was a little skirmish towards the middle. Semper lost to Reaper.
Two Reapers sneaking in the main. Going to the north, going to the south.
Doing nothing more than that.
And leaving through the east.
Good job, Reapers.
And Semper is opening Raven as well.
Mm.
Maybe he's tired of that auto turret steam snipe timing.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll do my own this time.
Now, technically speaking, because of the map and how it's structured, I think that MaSa has an advantage if he's to do the Raven thing again, because auto turrets are on this, add-ons are on this side compared to add-ons which are deeper on this side of this base. It's very small.
That's a fantastic point, Kairos.
Yeah, there you go.
But I get a feeling it's definitely not going to play a role at all in this game.
Probably not. You never know, Todd.
And we get the infamous third CC here.
Yup.
Started from Semper. Not quite yet from MaSa. I think Ravens make you super safe when you go for like there is hardly anything that could kill you really.
Yep, very good defensively. Can have their offensive properties as well. The one disadvantage I see for Semper if he were to get aggressive with his Ravens is there's already Viking out on the other side, but these two Vikings are going to try and equalize that. Oh, there's only one Viking. Did he stop production of him? Yeah, he did. Switching over to the add-on. And we'll get that third command center started himself. Here come two Reapers. What are they going to do? Sneak around.
They'll do
Hello,
nothing.
hello. Get an SCV. Run away. Job's a good un. Get on it. Oh. Job's still a good un. Here you go. Stim starts. In a vulnerable location, Todd. Ooh. Oh, there's already Vikings and Ravens there.
So what?
Not going to happen
Still
this time.
snipeable.
Not going to happen this time.
Oh,
Use
MaSa could even
Flubber.
siege from down there, actually, if you wanted.
He could, yeah.
Look at the tank count.
Drops a scan, sees the tank count. By the time he got over there, though, with those tanks, he'd have even tanks. So,
No.
Yeah.
MaSa has one more right now. By the time he goes across the map, there wouldn't be one more tank out.
It just come out. It literally just came out.
What do you mean? It's 3 against 2.
It was 2 against 1. So now, when this next tank, well, by the east tank, by the
Yeah,
time,
but MaSa left one at home.
so it's
He made a mistake. If he brought this,
no, but by the time that third one walks over, there'll be 3 on the other side because this one's about to pop for Semper.
yeah, but then he will die directly from the auto turrets,
Wait, what?
as will the rest of his base.
Oh, okay.
And also, you would already have the siege, but in this case, it's even a Viking lead here for Semper.
He's trying it. He's going to siege it up. All the turrets have already been planted down. He needs a PDD. If he made PDD, then these Vikings wouldn't win this fight out. He's trying to protect that tech lab with his life, and he gets it. Oh, the Cyclones did so much damage as well. Semper in a great spot
I
now.
almost feel like 2 super races here where we're fighting one another. It's just like shots at the speed of light being fired on one another.
Good defense by Semper. Really reading the situation and knowing that fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on him again. And then, yeah, whatever. However it goes.
Okay, that was...
I do what I can.
Sleep deprived Kailas is the best.
For the sake of comedy. I'm not very funny, I'll be honest. I don't know why you laugh at me. I think you laugh at me because you pity me. And that's fine. I can appreciate that.
You drop it like it's hot discussion earlier. Was pretty funny.
But it's hot, you have to drop it. I don't know what you're talking about.
With your British accents. I don't think he's dropping it like it's hot.
I'll have you know, dropping it like it's hot is a full gangster meme. Just drop a PDD, mate! It's not going to do it. I was really angry then. I think it was worth it at the very beginning. He drops it now.
That's
it's way too late.
Vikings. Look at this.
He drops another one. God, if he'd have done that before, we would have had ample firepower against a MaSa that had no PDD because there was no Raven there. All right, I'll calm down, I promise.
You're right. You have dropped PDD like he was hot.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, God. I'm glad you agree. Lock on. Get out of there, Vikings! No!
Wow, 1-1 is only starting now actually for MaSa.
Ooh, this
And
is
it's
a big
about to
move.
finish for Semper.
Big move going into the main. There's only 2 Marines and a Hellion there against 2 Siege Tank, a Cyclone, and the Marines coming in. Get those add-ons, get them! The Siege Tank going to siege up as well. Drops an auto turret to try and deal with the Vikings. But the rest of the ground army is going to focus down pretty hard. That Siege Tanks are working on a turret. It wasn't working on the Marines that had breached that location. Oh, MaSa. But he still has a good army.
And Semper sees this with the sensor tower.
I've observed so much during this cast with Z pressed, so that's it without pressed and this pressed, that now when I go in, it feels like I can't see anything. So I like Z pressed. Stim it.
Take forever to snipe these liberators.
Cyclones move forwards as well there, but it's not a good trade for Semper. MaSa doing well. He might force
MaSa starting to break through here onto that third base.
Press your advantage right now. He does lose that Liberator, so it makes it a little harder for him to clean up that Siege Tank. But this isn't being repaired. Semper's waiting till the last moment to repair it, and he's bleeding out Marines. Although this one Viking gives him the air advantage, that's why the scans are being dropped. These 2 Liberators can't stop this now. Stop it in its tracks.
Nice pick up here.
Yeah, only 1 Marine
Snipe it
dies
out.
with troubles. Reinforcements
Getting
coming
chased
along.
actually here a little bit. Semper is going to siege behind this, and MaSa will just evacuate. I thought he might be able to win the game right here and then, but Semper with a nice defense here once again. And with a 2 upgrade lead here right now, but how is he supposed to exploit that against the MaSa, who so far has been outdoing him, starts the 4th base earlier.
Only 5 workers killed so far in this game. And oof.
Yeah, actually, MaSa caught up in upgrades now.
Yeah.
He's got the armory earlier than Semper.
And it is the 71 to 74 workers currently on the field, so yep. Very, very strong economies on both sides. As MaSa's going to pick up. Let's go somewhere else. These two Liberators sharking about. Where are they going?
Blissful creatures.
Blissful creatures. Finding their
MaSa reacted directly, by the way. That was a sick response
Yeah, it did.
time.
On the natural, not so much. Some will die. But the Vikings will clean up this. Where to run, nowhere to hide. So gets as many SCVs as possible. Gets 9 in total. Not too bad by Semper.
Yeah, definitely worth it, yeah.
Yeah, and he's catching up in army supply as well now. Oh, big drop into the main base. Oh, get the 3 supply depots that have supply drops on them. Get them good. That's very costly.
Yeah, the armory as well is a big deal.
Yeah?
Yeah, Semper didn't start 2-2.
Oh my god.
He's supposed to start 2-2 now. He has to remake that armory. Lost a ton of SCVs. And this is even almost getting out.
Nice attempt overall. Semper very supply blocked right now. Needs to supply drop again. I think he just did. There's 4 more supply depots being constructed. The boost. Or what?
I just realized you just say supply dropped again. And then I realized you could say, look at the supply, drop it like it's hot.
Wow. Wow. Oh my god.
Here's a future song for you, Tempo.
You have to be a guest star on that song, Todd. I like the idea of you coming in with a verse and not like doing the most amazing rap, but just like rapping in your normal voice.
And then at the end, just saying, look at the supply.
Yeah.
And it's like, you were only here for that.
Yeah.
I
Tempo,
like
get
my
on it.
cast, to be honest.
Tempo, get on that. Todd will fly out for you. Promise. All right, MaSa still with an advantage in this game.
We're making things happen. MaSa will lose patience and actually steam forward. That was a huge overextension, I think.
Yes, it was. Really evening things up there. MaSa was ahead.
Oh my god, look at the bloodbath. The weather, man. He's been drenched with blood.
No! Oh wait, I can't see the blood on mine.
Oh, you got parental control. That's cute.
Yeah, I guess I'm just not old enough.
I guess Tina wouldn't let this one happen.
No. He was like, now James, no blood on that game. Also no swearing. Yes, Mum. Yes, Countess Carol.
I'll be a good boy. Okay, Semper is actually going at the bottom here with some forces. If he pushes MaSa's forces back down there, and he might be able to send what he's got in the middle of the map towards the fourth base of MaSa.
This is a good little spin in now, getting a lot of SCVs.
He's killing so much. Semper.
Yeah. Oh, and these Marines even coming in, aren't exactly getting the most efficient of trades there. Oof. Semper, 15 supply lead. Oh, he's going to go drop on the Marines. Sorry, siege tanks, but looks like the Marines reinforced too quickly. Nice attempt, though, by Semper.
Yeah, with a nice supply lead here, actually. Behind this, 100 army to 85 in Semper's favor.
All right, so 2 medevacs are going to be heading down towards the bottom. They could go into the main. There's no sensor tower here at all. One is being reconstructed, but if those medevacs just went straight to the main right now, they could evade. Oh, the Marine! Oh, you god! He finds them. That's not fair. They will head into the main now. Oh, even still, the sensor tower isn't exactly covering the very bottom of the map. So these Marines, yes, they'll try and do something here. But later down the line, could sneak another medevac in.
Semper trying to get what he can here.
What's going on? What are they doing?
They're blocking one another.
Oh.
But at the front, those tanks finally get a good position.
Yeah,
Wow,
great
neither can attack. Look at this.
Yeah.
A couple of Marines are actually trapped in the middle of these tanks there.
Let us out! Oh, look at that.
Much obliged.
Yeah. Much Okay, then if you say so. Oh, they were there all along. They were hiding behind the siege tanks, ready for the Vikings to come in. Get them. Just gun them down. Well, that stood stepping.
Yeah, actually these tanks on the high ground are super naked by MaSa. There's just a couple of Marines behind them.
Yeah, he doesn't have many. Where else are they? They're now reinforcing some of the Marines. Semper moves back.
He's going to re-siege a couple of these tanks. Trying to bait here. MaSa to attack into this.
For the retreat, he was covering those tanks whilst they got out.
You like it?
Yeah, nicely done. That's teamwork for you, Todd. Teamwork. See an open door, cover them while they're going out. It's fine.
You might need to learn a thing or two about teamwork compared to me.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I'm going to kill off some of these Marines that are just rallied forward. Unfortunately there for MaSa. 3 units gone. Oh.
Only one Viking with no hit points here from Semper, so to clean out the Liberator. Although that's actually 2 Liberators.
Yeah, those 2 Liberators actually sieged up at the perfect time to clear out the first line of the siege tanks, and now we're going to leapfrog forward slightly. Attempt to get them, didn't quite though.
Ooh, MaSa on the left-hand side, setting up to attack. Almost catches 2 Liberators.
Gonna stim
he's gonna stim, yeah. No, on the right-hand side, Semper steam forward to kill the Liberators. He gets them!
Like how they both stimmed up at the same time when we're referring to different occurrences, but that plan
oh, that's DC.
clean up.
He's not repairing!
Oh, the Marines, the Marines!
Boom!
Oh, it goes down as well! The Marines were trying to clean it up as quickly as possible, but Semper took the advantage.
And he has 2 Liberators setting up to siege here on one of those bases as well, down there.
Oh, so nicely
Semper,
done.
man. He might be going to Sweden after this.
Yeah, he might. Army supply 90 to 76. MaSa is very behind. A lot of his economy is in tatters. In tatters, mate. Shredded up like a piece of cloth. Semper took his scissors, put big holes in it. And now MaSa, he's almost dead here. He's going to try and recover himself. His economy is shredded.
He still has an orbital command from the main base to fly to that one that he just lost. He's trying to defend here at the bottom side of the map.
Doesn't have that many workers, though, is the big
Semper
problem.
fully knows the lead he's got here, by the way. He can just kind of sit back on those 2 bases and not even move.
Regardless of which angle...
He's long distance mining from the gold.
Yeah, he is. He's flying an orbital over there eventually, but regardless of which angle MaSa tries to defend on, it's a slightly inefficient trade. Although, on the left-hand side, there were no siege tanks with that, so Semper's going to back off on both sides. The left-hand side didn't have any siege tanks, the right-hand side didn't have any Marines. So, needs to join his army together. Ooh, these
these are going to be caught.
Yeah, that's the problem, not having them join together.
That's a really nice snipe for MaSa here, who needs to make something happen, I think, right now.
Yeah, he does.
Tank count 12 to 3 in MaSa's favor, so if he can get some good siege going, might be able to do this still. Semper's slowing down the push by just teaming forward, making sure he spots MaSa's army. Keep in mind, MaSa is 2-2 against 1-1, by the way. That started super late for Semper. Remember that Armory was sniped. MaSa is still alive here in this game.
Yeah, this is a strong army. Can he do something with it? Those siege tanks on the high ground are going to get gunned down. And actually, it's 10 siege tanks to 3. Yeah. It's 2 siege tanks left.
Okay, that base is dead. The SCV is with it.
The one advantage we have here for MaSa is this army here and now. He has to make something work. And he is.
This is sick.
Very.
Semper with pure Marines here. I mean, that's not going to cut it.
No, not at all. Liberator trying to zone out. Some of those Marines got lifted into the main base. It could really cause a lot of problems here for Semper. Oh, I just want to overextend though. They're not very healthy, his Marines.
Yeah. He did re-expand on the right-hand side here. Liberator cleaning up some of these tanks.
Oh, if all these Marines die, then those siege tanks are naked, and he's already lifted up some of the Marines into a medevac, ready to drop onto those siege tanks if he needs it.
And Semper has Liberators defensively, so even though he's not very high on the tank count, as long as he can set that up, those are going to do great.
Tim's in once again. Liberator's trying to zone this down. The siege tanks are set up. Ooh. MaSa has to play this. He's on the razor's edge at the moment. 70 army supply to 61. The siege tank count has been evened up here though, Todd, which is a big problem for MaSa considering his economy isn't as good.
That was his one chance here.
Yeah.
The one solace I was looking for.
I appreciate that. I like how you looked at me when you were saying that and then smiled. Well done, well done. All right, gonna bring down some of the sea tanks on the retreat out as well. That's so many Marines. Oh, I think Semper can just chase.
Yeah.
He's gonna try, even if he brings down the sea tanks, and Marines coming from the other side as well. MaSa's gonna get eliminated here and now. That was the rest of his army. He's got reinforcements coming across the map, but as long as Semper just keeps chasing.
2-2 upgrades finally were equalized from Semper here, and he cleans up. And with that, it looks like he might be able to take the victory here in this game. He's mining from the gold base. He's got a new command center there that he can take a new base with.
MaSa in desperation mode tries to establish himself a bit more economy, but yeah, he just goes.
He knows that this is the one base that the only one he needs to worry about, really. So he's going to head straight for that gold base, and MaSa is not ready to defend that anytime soon.
And the Vikings need to just get their vision on that. He's going to be sending himself over towards this base at the moment, but gets the scout. Oh, still doesn't see it. Okay, now he checks.
You can even just see it from down there.
Yeah, now
We'll come back to Overgrowth.
Let's go. Sends Marines down towards this orbital command as well. Army supply 96 to 49. MaSa loses this base. He's sending the rest of his army on a counterattack.
This could do quite a bit, actually, this counterattack.
Yeah.
But there is forces on the left-hand side for Semper.
Siege tank.
This is one last-ditch attempt, I believe, from Semper. Oh, he killed a Marine. On the top right, it's just SUVs. Yeah, that's it. MaSa, it's now or never, and it looks like there might be enough from Semper.
Yeah, now or never, and unfortunately the now has been pushed away. That's going to be GG, well played. Semper, congratulations. What a TvT coming out from him. And he is victorious, moving on to WCS Jönköping.
Prepare your Swedish kroners and to eat a lot of kebabs, because that's what they eat there as well.
DreamHack Summer, jeez. An event where food isn't too fantastic. But there you go.
What do you mean? It's great.
What, all the kebabs?
Yeah, kebabs, noodles, pizza, you know. I go home, step on the scale, it just blows up in my face.
Yeah. You've been so good as well, Todd. Then you have to go to these events.
Yeah.
Well, again, congratulations to Semper, of course, for advancing on. That means our next semi-final, or our next match to determine who is going to be moving to WCS Jönköping is between Jon Snow and Silky. We will have our Zerg versus Zerg, and then from there, after that, we have 2 best-of-3s and then 1 best-of-5 left. Amazing stuff.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, so we are going to go to a short break. When we're back, we're going to have our Zerg versus Zerg on the way for WCS Challenger.
Let's end this thing once and